This stuff makes me so angry. Everyone is worried about bad advice on TikTok, but nobody is thinking about the bad advice that we are getting from trustworthy sources. It's literally ruining people's lives. Like this financial advisor who told his client to pay off his mortgage instead of investing for retirement. Or this egregious CBS article where it basically tells people that a HELOC is free money. It's not. And I mean, they're really selling it. They say that the average homeowner has over $200,000 of untapped equity in their home. Equity is where you owe less on your mortgage than what the house is actually worth. But is that really your money? It is if you sell it and buy something cheaper, but the problem is people aren't doing that. Not only because they don't want to, because as their home price has increased, so have all the other homes around them. And this is a huge problem because as home prices continued to increase, homeowners began to feel more wealthy. Because technically, on paper, their net worth increased. However, they didn't actually have any more money to spend because this new wealth just existed on paper. And just as quick as that free money comes, it can leave, but the banks don't tell you that. Why? Because they see this as an opportunity to sell you another product to make more money. This is why the American dream has only been defined in material terms, so that companies can make more money. You can have it all, you just gotta pay us first. Remember, the banks aren't creating products with your best interest in mind, they're doing it so that they can get rich. And the people that work for the banks, they have quotas, they have sales quotas they need to meet for how many accounts they need to open, how many loans they need to do, how many mutual funds they need to sell, how much of your money they need to keep in their assets under management. And in a lot of cases, their compensation is directly correlated to how many of these things they get you to sign up for. So just like in this article, banks marketed HELOCs as a catch-all solution to any financial need. Want to renovate your home? No problem, use a HELOC. Even though not every renovation gives you a dollar for dollar return. And yes, you can sell your home to realize those profits, but if you live in it for years and years, those updates need to be re-updated. Have an emergency? You don't need an emergency fund, just use your HELOC. Why have cash when you can use debt? Want to invest? Again, you don't need cash, let's just use a HELOC. Now, what most people are not realizing due to the creative language and the marketing of these products, that a HELOC is just a fancy way of saying a loan against your house. It's not free money, it's a loan. And it typically has a variable interest rate, which means it can rise, and it is skyrocketing for a lot of people right now. And as with any loan, you are personally liable to pay it back. This means you need to go to work and earn your paycheck and pay that money back. If it was free money, you wouldn't have to work to pay it back plus interest. Not only that, but it is a callable loan, which means the bank can change the terms of your agreement at any time. This could also include increasing your minimum payment amount. And the most egregious of all is that it is a loan secured against your shelter, your home. If you fail to pay a secured debt, that means you lose the asset that is secured against that debt, your home. We need to let that sink in. I'm all about taking risk, but it means taking calculated risk. And something I would never do is put my family's home, my family's shelter on the line for things that are not necessity. The banks aren't going to tell it like it is. They want you to feel wealthier so that you keep taking these loans and putting more money in their pocket. The only time you should be using a HELOC is if you are taking it to renovate your home to increase the value and then immediately putting it up for sale so you can get the return on your investment. Remember also, not every renovation has a dollar for dollar return. Just because you want to spend $40,000 to de-squeak your floors doesn't mean somebody's going to pay $40,000 more for your house now. Otherwise, you're just putting yourself in a very risky situation where you are likely just going to lose money. And my hope is that it just stops at losing money and not losing your actual home too. I've put together a 10-page document about the ways that people lose money in real estate, and the HELOC is one of them. If you want to hear about the others, let me know in the comments and I'll make some more content.